Impedance matching network. Impedance matching network play a very important role in electrical and electronic circuits. They are used to match the source impedance with the load impedance. For maximum power transfer in any circuit, load impedance must be a complex conjugate of the source impedance. Then maximum power will be transferred to the load. So, for example, in this circuit diagram, source Vs with internal impedance Zs is connected to the load ZL using a wire as an interconnect between the source and the load ZL. For maximum power transfer from source to the load impedance ZL, ZL must be the complex conjugate of Zs. Then maximum power will be delivered to the load ZL. For at DC and low frequency, the interconnect which is used to connect the source to the load ZL behaves like a simple short circuit. So the condition required is for maximum power transfer, the condition required is ZL must be the complex conjugate of source impedance. If ZL is not equal to Zs or ZL not matched with the Zs, then a part of the power will be wasted in the form of heat, or it may be reflected back towards the source, or it may be radiated. So for maximum power transfer at DC and low frequency, ZL must be the complex conjugate of Zs. But in most of our applications, like in communication system, for example as shown in this figure, in the communication system, it is a cascade connection of many circuits, like a source connected to the modulator connected to amplifier, then to the antenna. Like this, it is a cascade connection of many circuits. So here, load impedance and source impedance means they are the input impedance and output impedance of some circuits. For example, in this system, modulator behaves like a source and amplifier behaves like a load. So input impedance of the amplifier is the load for the modulator, and output impedance of modulator is the source impedance. So like we have to match source impedance with the load impedance, that is the input impedance of the amplifier must be matched with the output impedance of the modulator. So in most of the circuits, it is difficult to have ZL matched with the Zs because they are the input and output impedances of some circuits. So in such a case, maximum power may not be transferred from one circuit to the other circuit because this is acting as a source and this one next circuit is acting as a load. If there is a mismatch, then there is no maximum power transfer from source to the load. So in such a cases, it is very essential to use an impedance matching network between the modulator and the amplifier as shown in this figure. In this matching network, the function of matching network is the input impedance of the matching network is designed such that it must be the complex conjugate of output impedance of the modulator. Matching network is designed by the ourselves. We can make input impedance of this equal is a complex conjugate of this modulator output impedance. So, and assuming this matching network is lossless, modulator will transfer maximum power to the matching network because it sees a load impedance which is complex conjugate of its output impedance, so it will transfer maximum power to the matching network. Assuming this is a lossless network, maximum power will be transferred to the amplifier. So like that, wherever it is impossible to have a load impedance matched with the source impedance, in such a cases we can introduce a matching network to match the load with the source impedance. So at DC and low frequency, for maximum power transfer, ZL must be the complex conjugate of Zs is enough. But if you go for RF and microwave frequency regime, where the interconnect which is used for connecting a source to the load impedance behaves like a transmission line with a characteristic impedance Z0 and propagation constant gamma. In such a case, for maximum power transfer, Z0 must be the complex conjugate of Zs, and Zl must be the complex conjugate of Z0. If this condition is satisfied, then only the maximum power will be transferred to the load Zl. We have to consider the characteristic impedance of the transmission line for maximum power transfer from source to the load impedance Zl. All the three Zs, Z0 and Zl must be matched, then only maximum power will be transferred to the load Zl. So if Zs, Z0 and Zl, if all they are real, in such a case Zs must be equal to Z0, Zl equal to Zl, then maximum power will be transferred to the load Zl. If Zl is not equal to Z0, then in case of RF and microwave frequency regime, whenever the signal traveling over a transmission line, so this is a transmission line, signals leaves the source, the wave is leaving the source and it enters the transmission line, and it is traveling over a transmission line with a characteristic impedance is equal to Z0. Whenever it comes to the terminal 2, there is a discontinuity in the load, or discontinuity occurs. Discontinuity means it is traveling over a characteristic impedance Z0, but whenever it enters the terminal 2, the impedance change is there. That is called as discontinuity. Whenever there is a discontinuity, a part of the incident power will be reflected back like this. This is a waste of energy. So maximum power will not be delivered to the load Zl. So for maximum power transfer, the Zl must be the complex conjugate of Z0, or Zl must be matched with a Z0. Otherwise, reflection will take place like this at higher frequency. And this reflected wave has its own magnitude and phase with respect to the incident wave. So here the reflection, lesser will be the power transfer to the load Zl. Similarly, if even Zs, the wave is signal is leaving the source here with with the source impedance Zs. Whenever it enters the terminal 1, if there is a mismatch, or discontinuity takes place. Discontinuity means impedance change. That means the signal leaves with the impedance is equal to Zs. Whenever it enters the terminal 1, the impedance is equal to Z0. So automatically there is a mismatch. Because of that, reflection also takes place at this position. So that reflection occurs at a terminal 2 also. So the reflection will be there at a terminal, input terminal here at 1, and also reflection takes place at a terminal 2 also. So the loss will occur at input terminals and as well as at output terminals. So maximum power will not be delivered to the load Zl. So this the amount of reflection can be calculated using the parameter called as reflection coefficient. It is the ratio of reflected wave phasor to the incident wave phasor. It says how much reflected wave deviates in its amplitude with respect to the amplitude and phase with respect to the incident wave. That we can obtain if you know the value of Zl and Z0. That is Zl minus Z0 divided by Zl plus Z0. So higher the value of reflection coefficient, more the loss in the power delivered to the load Zl. Again here in this RF and microwave frequency also, Zl and Zs, they are the input impedance and output impedance of some network. In a communication system as shown in this figure, the LNA it is a cascade connection of many networks, like an antenna connected to the low noise amplifier, connected to mixer, filter, like detectors. So output of one is acting as a source to the input of other circuit. So in this case here, mixer is acting as a load and LNA acting as a source. So in here the matching should take place between the input impedance of mixer and the output impedance of the LNA. And not only that, it is in between the two, LNA and mixer, there is a transmission line. It has a characteristic impedance of Z0. So we should match this output impedance of LNA with the characteristic impedance of transmission line with the input impedance of the mixer circuit. So if it is impossible to have this ZL matched with the Z0 because it is an input impedance of a mixer circuit, so it is difficult to have a mixer circuit matched with the transmission line impedance. In such a case, we have to insert a matching network between the mixer circuit and the transmission line as shown in this figure. So here mixer circuit, next to the mixer circuit there is a matching network. Its input impedance is designed such that it should be the complex conjugate of this Z0, or if this Z0 is real, then input must be matched with the Z0 of the transmission line. So we have to insert a matching network. Here in high RF and microwave frequencies, it may need to match every circuit input impedance and output impedances with the transmission line. So the impedance matching network play a very very role in low frequency as well as RF and microwave frequency regimes also. So we have to design the matching network based on the requirement of matching needed in the circuits.